Top 40s. Dance. Latin. Country. Pop. Rock and roll. All at one station. 91.1 FM, The Boss.
I'm Bruce Tuff, principal of the Tuff Law Firm. We are a full-service law firm serving the greater Woodlands area and the greater Houston area. Contact us at 281-681-0808. We're tough for you.
Welcome to The Legal Fix, a new age radio show brought to you by the Tuff Law Firm. We're the toughest law firm in town, with the toughest lawyers around answering your toughest legal questions.
Hey, welcome to The Legal Fix, a new age radio show brought to you by the Tuff Law Firm, where we answer your toughest legal questions. Please call our hotline at 936-900-2381. I'm your host, along with Boy Wonder, Brandon Riley, and super lawyer G.I. Jerome, Jeremy Hall. Welcome, gentlemen. How are you? Good to see you.
Excellent.
Yes,
Fired
sir.
up.
You guys looking very spiffy.
Thank you.
All right, we have a special
You as
guest
well.
in the house. We have Jim Carman,
Yummy
Regional
Carman.
President for Howard Hughes Corporation.
Yummy.
So I've been getting a lot of emails and calls talking about our program, and they asked me, do you guys even prepare for this? I think that's what the Honey Badger said. I said, yeah, we do. We have a research department. We have programming notes. But just so you know our program, we're going to have a first segment talking with Jim Carman, our special guest. And the next segment, we're going to put our guest on the hot seat. It's a 3-on-1 cross-examination where he'll give short answers. Now, I mean short answers, not Rob Eisler answers, but short answers to our tough questions as fast as he can. You got that, Jim?
That sounds great.
Okay, so also we answer your toughest legal questions, so call our hotline at 936-900-2381. We'll also discuss hot topics with Boy Wonder and maybe a face-off, so we'll have everything planned for today.
You scared him.
I did scare him, so Boy Wonder
He got crushed in the first face-off.
It's probably the Attorney General calling him again.
Yeah.
Last time he was on the golf course, and the Attorney General's office called and said, Boy Wonder, I think you're supposed to be here for a hearing.
Yeah, you're live on the air, we see.
Yeah, that's right. I know. So he should have just taken the call on the air.
He should have.
Well, our guest, Jim Carman, Regional President for Howard Hughes Corporation. We're honored that you're here, Jim. Let me tell you a little bit about Jim, his background: Texas A&M University, whoop, BS, Civil Engineering, Chi Epsilon, Civil Engineering, Honor Society, Masters, Construction Engineering and Management. His career has been dedicated to Howard Hughes Corporation's mission to help create timeless places and memorable experiences. I know we have that here in the Woodlands. Committed to making a positive difference in our community through participation and leadership in a numerous charitable and non-profit organizations. Jim has a very extensive resume.
LMC alum.
He is an LMC.
All three of us.
How did you manage to do that? I'm an LMC, 1998.
2012.
Yeah. What was your year, Jim? 17.
Leadership Montgomery County.
So,
Yeah, and I'm on the board of Leadership Montgomery County. It's one of my favorite organizations.
Wonderful. Jim, tell me a little bit about what you do as Regional President for Howard Hughes Corporation.
Well, the Houston region for Howard Hughes is comprised of 3 master plan communities. You've got the Woodlands, you've got Bridgeland, and our newest community in the area of the Woodlands Hills. So basically responsible for everything that our company is doing in those 3 different master plan communities. It varies, of course. Here in the Woodlands, we're primarily an operating company. We've got operating assets, office buildings, some retail, and so in Bridgeland, though, we're in the infancy of our development phase there. We're building.
Where is that, Jim? Bridgeland?
It's on the northwest side of Houston. It's south of 290, north of I-10. I-99 splits the property. We've got 4 exits off of Grand Parkway in Bridgeland. Today, it's about 15,000 residents live in Bridgeland, and in 40 years, we project to have 65,000 residents living in Bridgeland. So,
Why is that? What's nice about Bridgeland?
you know, Bridgeland is amazing. Hope everybody gets a chance to go through there because you'd be very surprised if you haven't. It's picturesque. We've taken the model from the Woodlands in terms of master plan principles that we've learned from George Mitchell and others to Bridgeland. Tons of open landscape space. We've taken that 28% of open dedicated land space in the Woodlands model and taken it to Bridgeland. Lots of lakes, trails connecting everything.
Sounds beautiful.
And you know, it's still in its infancy. I like to call it like the Woodlands sort of 1985. It's still early in its process, and it's really exciting for our team because you know the Woodlands is amazing, and it's just a tremendous place for people to live and work. And certainly we can't take credit for that as Howard Hughes. We've added on as part of George Mitchell's legacy. But in Bridgeland, you know, our team is going to be responsible, whether that place is really cool or really not. And,
Sounds really
it's
cool.
It's a weight, but it's also such an awesome opportunity because, you know, we get to create these places where people raise their families and have their jobs and their careers, and that's a big responsibility we take very, very seriously.
I love the name.
I know it is wonderful, and if I'm driving out to Sugar Land, I'm taking 99, which the loop is around, and that's when I first was exposed to Bridgeland development, and you're going right there, and all of a sudden, whoom, you know, it's like paradise starts evolving. I think they've got the high school, they've got the transportation center, all the infrastructure's in place. That's a unique part about Howard Hughes development is they plan, and then plan some more and get all that infrastructure set up just like the Woodlands.
Yeah, I think, you know, a lot of folks don't realize what a master plan community really means. You hear master plan communities sometimes too often when in reference to areas that might be 100 acres, 200, 400 acres, 600 acres. Bridgeland is 11,000 acres. The Woodlands is 28,800 acres, 1.5 times the size of Manhattan. But in a master plan, for instance, what we have here in Woodlands or in Bridgeland, you know, everything is truly planned. Where your school is, where your church is, where the hospital systems are, where office might be adjacent to retail, certainly where the residents are next in the parks. You want to be within walking distance of every single home to have a park.
How about
trails.
technology and internet?
Absolutely. I mean, everything is a part of that plan and how to serve the residents with utilities. And that, so today we know where the churches are going in Bridgeland that won't be built for 20 years.
Wow.
You know, these are the things that we have to look that far out. And the same thing happened in the Woodlands. This didn't happen by accident. This was all done through a master plan that still exists today, and you know, just an amazing example of thoughtful planning and a visionary.
Wonderful. Okay, Jim, we're going to take a break, and we're going to come back for our next segment. I hope you're prepared for the hot seat, and it'll be a 3-on-1 cross-examination. We'll give you short answers and a barrage of tough questions on the clock as fast as he can. We'll be right back. Call us with your tough legal questions, 936-900-2381 for Jim Carman. Thank you. I'm Bruce Tuff, principal of the Tuff Law Firm. We are a full-service law firm serving the greater Woodlands area and the greater Houston area. Contact us at 281-681-0808. We're tough for you.
Hi, I'm NASCAR driver Kyle Larson. Whatever I'm driving, I do everything I can to stay focused and safe. You should too. That means no drinking and driving, ever. Because even the smallest amount of alcohol can make you skid out of control. Remember, drink, drive, go to jail.
Worried about your friend, but don't know how to reach out?
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat with them in VR, it's all good. If you think you should check in, yeah, you should. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health.
Whatever gets you talking.
Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org.
Hey, welcome back to the Legal Fix, brought to you by the Tough Law Firm. We answer your toughest legal questions. Call our hotline at 936-900-2381. We've been having calls come in. We've got the switchboard lit up. It's lit up like a Christmas tree. Today we're discussing Incorporation with Jim Carman, Regional President of Howard Hughes, and it's time for the hot seat.
Hot seat time.
Hey, Jim, have you seen the hot seat yet?
I saw Nelda's.
All right, are you ready for the clock?
I guess so.
Okay,
Fire away.
be ready, baby, be ready. All right, put us on the clock.
Hot seat.
Here we go. How do you spell Carman?
Carman.
Do you collect automobiles?
Negative.
Are you a true car man in every sense?
I wouldn't say so. I'm more of a truck guy.
Are you related to Carmen Electra?
No.
Carmen Cardin?
Nope.
If you had
Negative.
a kid with Carmen Electra and Kim Kardashian, would she be Carmen Kardashian?
No.
Are you an Aggie?
Yes.
What's the first 3 words of the Aggie war hymn?
Hullabaloo, connect.
What's that mean?
I don't know.
What does
Doesn't
Gig'em mean?
Gig'em was started by the Aggies when we played TCU, the Frogs. We were going to go gig 'em.
Gig'em.
All right. You have the core. You have the yell leaders. Do you have female cheerleaders?
We do have female cheerleaders. They're just not on the field on Saturdays.
That's too many dudes
Too
on
many
the field.
dudes.
Yeah,
Too
too
many
many
dudes.
dudes
I
on
don't
the field.
disagree with you.
Yeah.
Shouldn't your football players be resting up for the game instead of at midnight yell?
It's a good point, and maybe we'd win a few more games, but it's a lot of fun to go, and it's one of our great traditions. So.
You're obviously an Astros fan. Are you a Texans fan?
No, I'm not. I was an Oilers fan, and my heart was ripped out. And
Me too.
It's-
Me too. I
NFL's
know.
dead
I
to
can't
me.
even get behind
I'll still
it.
ask him, why does
Yeah.
Deshaun Watson need so many massages?
That's the question of the year.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you can pass on that one.
I mean,
Have you cried in the last year,
yes,
month,
yes,
week,
yes,
day?
no.
Yay.
Do you have a will?
I do have a will.
Do you have a prenup?
I do not have a prenup.
How much money will it take you to retire?
I'm never going to retire.
I love it.
What's your height?
6'6".
Are you good at basketball?
I used to be.
Hand raising?
No,
Singing in a crowd?
no.
Hey, Don Gimmel was our last guest. He was a technical director for Dynamo Dash. He says you'd be a good goalie. But where do you sit on a plane, Jim?
Exit row all the time, every time.
On your next trip to space, are you flying with Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk?
I would say Musk.
Musk.
Good
What
call.
kind of hair product do you use?
I use a little bit of hair gel.
Have you ever received a perm?
Negative.
This Halloween, will you go as Beto?
Libido.
Old Beethoven-looking boy.
No, I actually already got my costume. I'm going as a pirate.
Not Robert Francis O'Rourke?
Nope.
Libeto. How much do you bench?
I'd say about 350.
Do you wear short shorts to the gym?
No. I don't.
Have you ever rocked a pencil stash?
Negative.
Bristle
I have a
Bristle
terrible beard.
brush.
Aren't all shorts short shorts for you?
They are actually, yeah.
What's
so
the
I
most-
don't wear shorts.
What's the most humble job you've ever had?
I would say a survey crew. Worked on a survey crew.
What's one thing people don't know about you that you want them to know?
Wow. I'm a lover. I'm a very emotional guy. Ever since I had my daughter, where we got our daughter, we adopted her. That's why I cried. I didn't cry for decades, and then something switched.
Cry all the time.
for you.
That's how we are
That's
with
awesome.
girls.
I know the
How old
feeling.
is your daughter, Jim?
She's 8 years old.
All right. When you say Howard Hughes, what do people think you do?
That we make planes
Nice.
How long have you been president of Howard Hughes?
since the end of 2019.
So you were elected in 2019?
2 years ago.
I wouldn't
2
say
years ago.
elected. It wasn't a democracy, thankfully. But no, I became president of the Houston region in 2019, right as we were trying to figure out how to buy the former Anadarko Towers.
Okay.
What platform did you run on?
Just dominating every day.
Dominate. Answer yes or no to the following hypo. Considering your duty to the shareholders, if a corporate gender realignment leads to an increase in profits, would you identify as a female company, Paula Hughes?
Stonks her through the roof.
Follow, yeah, good man. What's the best kept secret at Howard Hughes that the SEC will allow you to tell?
You know, I think it's the coolest job in the whole world. We get to create places that you know, from nothing, and it's just an amazing opportunity, and the company supports us in every way in terms of being part of the community, and it's just a heck of a lot of fun.
What's your favorite thing about the towers?
The fitness center. It's awesome. Basketball court, turf field.
We won in,
Turf.
by the way. We won in, don't
Turf.
we, guys?
Has a 40-yard dash.
40-yard
turf.
dash on the turf at the Towers.
Yes.
4-man race between us, as is, except Brandon's wearing cowboy boots. You and I switched trousers. Bruce, he's just old. Who's the first to go down to hit a turf monster, to fall?
There's no way I would be able to run in your trousers.
And there's no way. Touche. Touche.
I'll beat everybody.
Ditto.
I'll beat
Handicap.
everybody. I'm going to look like a fat man in slow
I'm
motion,
pretty
but I'll
fast in
finish,
boots,
okay?
Bruce. I'm pretty fast in boots. I just want you to know.
Who at Howard Hughes spends the most time in the mirror?
Oh, boy.
Yimmy Carmines.
I'd have to go with Heath Melton on that one.
How about the least?
I would go with George Crawford.
Yeah.
When you built the Ritz-Carlton, did you go by Yimmy Cayman?
Oh, that's a great question. No, I didn't.
Cayman
I
Islands.
was Jimmy's. My mom is the only one that called me Jimmy. So.
If you were a professional fighter, what would your nickname be?
I'd say 12 gauge.
Nice.
If you could
Slender
be
Man.
anything other than a real estate mogul, what would you be?
I'd be a fly fishing guide in Montana.
Top unchecked bucket
Or
list.
Wyoming?
Say that again.
Top unchecked bucket list item.
Let's see. I want to go to Antarctica. I
Nice.
want to follow Shackleton.
Fastest you've ever gone in a car?
Probably 240 kilometers an hour.
What's your favorite movie or show?
Need a translator.
Movie or show?
Calculation.
Yes.
I would say that
Forrest Gump.
that's a tougher one.
Orange is the New Black.
The Americans. We've been watching The Americans lately. It's
Okay,
good.
that's good. Yeah.
Sum up your life philosophy in a word or phrase.
Say that again.
Sum up your life philosophy in a word or phrase.
Regret the things you do, not the things you don't.
Would you rather be mauled to death by a rabid reveille or quartered by horse-mounted cadets?
I'm going to go with quartered.
Nice.
Would you rather eat a piece of dog chow or horse lick?
Dog chow.
What's a better pet, a rabid reveille or Puffy the pine cone?
Puffy. Yeah, we have Puffy at the office, and Puffy's great.
Answer one word, say one name or the other. Who's smarter, you or Gordy Bunch?
Gordy Bunch.
Gordy Bunch or Dracula?
Gordy Bunch.
Dr. Shelley or Signorelli?
Signorelli.
George Mitchell or Monique Sharp?
It's tough. That's probably they're probably square, even.
Alex Sutton or Howard Hughes?
Alex Sutton.
Howard Hughes or Paula Hughes?
Howard Hughes.
Heath Melton or Kelly Dietrich?
Kelly Dietrich.
I know Kelly. Kelly's my favorite.
She's
too.
wicked
She's
smart.
wonderful.
Who on
Good
who on
job.
the legal fix? Bruce, Brandon, or Jeremy?
I'm going to go Jeremy.
Yay!
Sweet!
All right. Yeah, head of research department. Hey,
Government
wait,
issue
we
golden boy.
Got
government issue.
him.
Go. Wait a minute.
Great job.
Let's all say who we're going as Halloween. Ready?
Oh,
Here
hold
I
on.
am. This is who I'm going as Halloween. Yeah,
I
right
gotta
here.
get mine.
Yeah. Do you have one, G.I. Jerome?
Yeah.
Okay, and
Oh,
you're going
and
to be a
look.
pirate, Jim.
I'm going as a
All right.
pirate.
Did
My
you
daughter-
love the
Here's-
hot seat,
here's-
Jim?
My daughter and I are going as pirates. She's got a.
Look at that. Corporate
pirate.
gender realignment.
Yeah, there we
Paula
go.
Hughes.
Yay! All right. Hey, good. Did you like the hot seat?
Oh, it was a lot of fun.
You did well.
It was
You
fun.
did well.
Thank
Okay, I got a bet on the race. Now that I know you guys can't wear pants, I've got a Hondo right here.
Oh,
I'm going to
hold
bet
up.
a Hondo. You guys got a Hondo on the line for the race?
I got five.
Hondo. I got a Hondo. Anybody?
Jimmy
wanna-
Carmine.
Jimmy Carmine. Got to do a Hondo. Okay.
You got a hundo on it?
Does
I'm betting
he?
on me.
We
I'm betting on
bet-
myself.
Who did we end up
that
with?
he
I'm
was
betting on
carrying-
myself.
We bet he was carrying a Hondo. He does. Look
He's
at
got
him.
that.
Look
Brandon,
at
you
that.
got
That
yours?
is so cool.
Hold on. You got anything bigger than that, Bruce?
Oh, I do. I do. I always carry my
Hey guys,
$1
we have a
million.
phone call.
Look, it's taped up because I've had
That
it for
Ted
30 years.
DiBiase,
Yeah,
that
look,
$1 million
it's actually
bill.
50 years. Look
I
at
see
mine.
your Ted DiBiase, and I raise you a Chuck steak.
Okay.
$1 billion bill.
Oh, you have $1 billion.
Excuse me,
oh my
gentlemen.
gosh.
Does Yummy Carmines have anything that beats that?
No, I don't.
Boy Wonder had to go to the. He is actually
He's
in a
getting
hearing
crushed.
right now. He is
He's
doing.
getting crushed.
Yeah, he's getting crushed by the judge. The judge called him during the thing. Okay, thank you, Jim. What a great job on the hot seat. We're going to come back on our next segment. We're going to go ahead and talk all about Incorporation, Jim. We're going to do that. But before we do that, I've got I had a conversation with you, and there was a. I don't think it was a contest at Howard Hughes. It was just, submit to Howard Hughes with all the employees what you would propose to enhance yourself and your career development. And it was submitted by all the employees. And you told me about the one you did, which was the one that was exceptional and the one I think that they accepted. Can you tell me about that?
Yeah, this was a deal that Howard Hughes put on. This was about, I guess, almost 4 years ago now. And the idea was that all employees could tell the company something that they wanted to do, could be anywhere in the world, why they wanted to do it, and how it might help the company. And you could take a +1. And initially, I was not planning on doing it. I was a vice president at that time, and I thought, well, let's just let some other folks do it. But one of the young gentlemen that worked for me came to me and said, hey, I'd love to have you go with me on a trip, be my +1. And loved your ideas. And so we came up with an idea that we'd go around the world and we'd meet with developers from different countries and cities and study projects, famous projects around the world, and we'd come back and talk to our team at Howard Hughes, and we won. So we actually went around the world. Howard Hughes asked that we do a daily blog, and I had an Instagram page, and it was a lot of fun. He was a young kid. I made him eat a lot of weird stuff all over the world. But we went to Hong Kong and into mainland China and Dubai, Abu Dhabi.
It's a once-in-a-lifetime.
Multiple projects, met with architects, developers, contractors. But we also had some fun. I did some fly fishing in Dubai. We did Tai Chi classes in Hong Kong. We had some fun as well.
What's your biggest takeaway from looking at all the greatest developments in the world? What is your biggest takeaway from that?
Really, it's about creating places where people want to be. And I know that sounds easy, probably, but it changes around the world and what people are looking for. And it's no different here in the Woodlands, right?
I love the
And
Woodlands.
it's changed over time with what people are looking for. But I mean, you go to Hong Kong, the night markets and the food and just the smells and everything along with it. Then you go to Abu Dhabi and you have the mosque and everything that's around the giant mosque that they have there. And it's about creating this sense of place that when you're there, you just you feel part of the community. And you've got to have a plan. You've got to have people that are just desperately trying to create these things. It's not a job. If it's just a job, you're going to miss. You're going to miss.
Right.
It needs to be a desperate desire to create these places, or else I think you're just going to miss the mark. And that's what I've got for sure. It's what people on our team got. And when we're hiring new people, I'm going to wait. I'll interview 1,000 people before I'd hire somebody that doesn't have that.
Yeah.
Because that's what we need to create the places that we're trying to do.
A sense of place is probably the best thing, because anywhere I travel and go anywhere else, I'm just like, I'm coming back to the Woodlands.
Same.
My sense of place. It's just fabulous what you've done. All right, we're going to take a break. We are running long in this segment, so we'll get back and we're going to talk about Incorporation with Jim Carman, Regional President Howard Hughes. We'll be right back.
When's the last time you heard this sound and actually called the police? Yeah, didn't think so.
I'm Bruce Tuff, principal of the Tuff Law Firm. We are a full-service law firm serving the greater Woodlands area and the greater Houston area. Contact us at 281-681-0808. We're tough for you.
Well, it's going to be a beautiful sunny day today, and we can expect much more of the same over the next week.
Motorcycles are not invisible. but they can seem that way to drivers who aren't paying close attention. Look twice for motorcycles. There's a life riding on it.
Hey, welcome back to the Legal Fix. We've had the switchboard lit up. Everybody wants to talk to Jim Carman. G.I. Jerome, we need to have Jim Carman back. We could have a whole hour segment with him. This is like we can't even get through all this. We have a caller who's been waiting. We actually have several callers. But Jim Carman, let's talk about Incorporation. This is the hot topic in the Woodlands. It's a big, big deal. Everybody in the Woodlands is talking about why is the Township Board of Directors wanting to incorporate. Caller. Welcome, caller.
Welcome to the Legal Fix.
Hey, what's your question?
So,
I know we had him at break, and he was trying to get on.
He's on.
Oh.
Put your headphones on. Jim, can you hear him?
Hello?
Hey,
light,
caller,
yeah.
I got you. Sorry I didn't have my headphones on. All right.
Hello. Welcome to the Legal Fix.
So, calling for Jim Carman. Tell me straight, what's Gordy Bunch got against you?
Well, hopefully nothing too much against me personally. But
sure talks about you a lot.
Yeah, you know, he has a strong desire to incorporate, and we just don't think it's the right time, and so I'm sure, you know, there's a lot going on there. You can Google Howard Hughes Gordy Bunch and find some things about some disputes that we've had in the past, but you know, I join a long list of others. Unfortunately, with Chairman Bunch, I mean, he doesn't get along well with a bunch of folks. There's a long line of
We've
that,
heard that before on the Legal Fix.
And it's something that needs to, frankly, get fixed. I think in the community, we've gotten here by having a tremendous working relationship as a community between all the players, whether it's township, county, sheriff's department, development company, residents, village associations, and you look around at what's been accomplished, and it's because of that partnership. And we can do just about anything in this community that we want to do if we're working together.
It's a good answer.
That is a great answer. Yeah, Gordy's picking a fight with the county commissioners. He's picking a fight with our county commissioner. It just seems like it's nonstop. He's had a lawsuit against Howard Hughes. He didn't win that lawsuit. I think it's personal payback. When you think about who's in favor of incorporation, it's really Gordy Bunch, and then his lieutenants, Dr. Shelley, Bob,
Bruce
Heiser, and that's it. I don't see, there's no hue and outcry from the residents saying, you know what, we don't like our law enforcement. Hey, by the way, we don't like our roads. We don't like the way the commissioner's keeping everything, our streetscape and everything in a beautiful, impeccable, and wonderful way. Hey, by the way, our water isn't of good quality, and I don't have representation on my water. I hear none of that. And those are the community indicators you would think that people would say, hey, township directors, we got a real problem. It's really driven from the township board trying to shove this down our throats.
Why do we need it?
I see no reason for it at all. Jim, you had sent an open letter to the residents dated August 23rd. You urged the residents.
Bruce, sorry to interrupt you.
Yes.
Did we hang up on our caller?
Did we hang up? Okay, he'd been waiting. Poor Reginald. He's another caller that came. He had called before.
He's a callback.
He's a frequent flyer caller for us. Yeah, right. I remember when I told Reginald, she can have the chickens and you keep the truck.
Yeah, she takes the chickens, you keep the truck.
Right. So the open letter, Jim. What was that about? What were you telling everybody?
Well, you know, I think this was put on the ballot 3:30 on a Friday, last possible day they could do it per law for this November, in an odd year when we have always been told it will be an even year to get the voters out for this decision. It's the biggest decision that's ever been made in the Woodlands, and we need the vast majority of the voters in the Woodlands to make that decision. We're not going to get it in an odd year. And so I did a couple things, actually, to what we thought to wake up the residents and the voters, frankly. The first was the letter just to let people know that there is another side to incorporation. We felt like the materials being presented by the Township Board were very one-sided. You know, all rosy pictures. You look at it, it looks like it's the Game of Life or Chutes and Ladders, you know, the magazines that they're producing.
Candyland.
And there's no risks mentioned at all. It's almost like it's a fun game to just incorporate. And so we felt like the need to let people know, look, there are some risks, there's downsides, and we don't see the benefit. And so that was the letter. The second thing I did was put up the signs, big blue signs that have been very controversial. And a week after this was put on the ballot, 3:30 on a Friday, nobody in the community knew this was on the ballot. I mean, very small percentage. And my
Trying
team
to sneak the fastball by us, Justin Verlander.
Yeah, and so we knew that was the case, and I talked to the team, and they said, Jim, I'm not sure you want to do this. This is going to cause some issues. People don't like signs. I get it. I didn't want to put them up either, but it was my call, and hopefully it was the right one to wake people up, because a lot of people are talking about it. I'm on a podcast for the first time ever, so something must be happening. But the signs are coming down on November 3rd. Win or lose, draw. They're coming down. They're on our property. They meet the standards, all that stuff. But those were two things that we felt like we needed to do.
You can put up signs.
We thank you for it, Jim. No one knew about this. Heck, I've got neighbors on my street. We have a caller. Hey, Carlos, thank you. Let's connect. Hello, caller.
Welcome to the Legal Fix.
Hey, what's your question?
Yes, this is Mike Pletnick. I have a question for Mr. Carmine.
Yes, sir. Jim Carman.
I heard Dr. Shelley refer to the Woodlands as your company's golden goose. I want to hear what your response is to that and why you are against corporation specifically.
Why is Dr. Shelley into name calling?
golden
That's what I
goose.
can't understand. What's the passion behind this? Is it like she's like Gordy's surrogate or something? I don't get it. Jim.
Well, I would say that certainly the Woodlands is critical to Howard Hughes, right? We're headquartered here. A lot of our employees, myself included, live in the Woodlands. Our team has lived here a long time. We got a big investment in the Woodlands. There's no question about it. We own about 15% of the commercial real estate in the Woodlands. That's a lot of real estate. It's not 100%. A lot of people think we probably own everything and responsible for everything, but
It's less than half.
It is, but it's a big investment. We've got our headquarters. We own the towers there, the former Anadarko towers. We own majority of Hughes Landing, for instance, and so it's a big investment. But I think what people don't realize is we have a huge emotional investment in the Woodlands too. We got people spent their whole lives building this place in our office. Robert Heinemann's got an office 2 doors down from me. 48 years with the company, interned under George Mitchell. Multi-decades across many of our employees that have created this place, and so to think that we're going to sit it out and not have some sort of an idea or a thought on what happens here is ridiculous. I mean, we're going to have an opinion on this. We feel very emotional about it, as you can tell. And so, yeah, is it a golden goose? I guess you could say that. We've got a lot of other investments. Bridgeland is really our long-term plan right now in terms of our development planning. We've got multi-decades left in Bridgeland of development. It's in its infancy right now, so that's our main focus from a development perspective. But we love the Woodlands, and we're not going to sit back and watch it go downhill.
We thank you for your corporate leadership, Jim Carman, and I just saw the front page of the Courier paper today that your company donated an additional 40 acres of green space, which people may not know that Howard Hughes Corporation and has almost 30% green space dedicated to the Woodlands. Once again, here it goes, Jim, another 40 acres of green space. You didn't have to do it. No one told you had to do it. And I actually saw the president of the Creekside Village Association, Nancy Becker, saying, thank you very much. This is a good thing. Thank you for your corporate leadership. That's wonderful.
Yeah, and we like doing that. I mean, this is nothing new for our company. I mean, this is on the paper today, but this has been done for decades and hundreds of times. We've built 151 parks, and we've donated 151 to the township to operate. We've built every pool, every trail, every park in the Woodlands, and we've donated those to the township to operate. That's the model. In terms of green space, 28% of green space is dedicated permanently forever in the Woodlands, part of the original master plan, and will be forever, as long as the Woodlands Township keeps it that way,
and
because we've donated the vast majority of those acres, thousands of acres, to the township of green space.
In perpetuity is your quote, which is really excellent. Jim, let me ask you this. Who do you know who, we already said who's for incorporation, but who's against incorporation? Who has approached you and said, hey, we're against incorporation?
I mean, a tremendous amount of folks. Some are open publicly about it. You've seen
Bruce.
You've seen
Signorelli,
the commissioner. You've seen Signorelli. You've seen the sheriff. You've seen the constable. You've seen the Chamber of Commerce. You've seen George's Coffee Club, which is made up of former Mitchell employees, a lot of them.
Preserve
You've
the
seen
Woodlands,
Preserve the
Township
Woodlands,
Futures.
Township Future. You've seen the former chairmen of the township, such as Mr. Tuff.
Thank you. Thank
Nelda
you.
Blair.
Nelda Blair, and now
Ed Robb.
and Dr. Ed Robb.
Jim Carman, Howard Hughes.
Yeah, and basically every business leader and influential, influencer that I've met is against it, and so that's.
And the most important of all, the legal fix.
The legal
Yes,
fix.
that's right. Jim, I want to tell you, we've got to have you back. I know you've got your Astros baseball shirt on. Please bring us another win against the White Sox. Also, bring us a win against Alabama. All right, you're going to be at the game because you're a true Aggie. Gig 'em. And we want to thank you for being on the Legal Fix. You've been an exceptional guest, and thank you everyone for tuning in to the Legal Fix. We're going to have Jim Carman back. He's an exceptional guest. Thank you. Yes, thank you, Jim.
Conroe, in Cleveland, in Splendora, in Porter, in New Caney, in New Waverly, in Hempstead, in Cold Spring, in Kingwood, Tomball, Spring, Humble. They listen to KNLY 91.1 FM, The Boss.